Hello, everyone, and welcome to Soul Stay Neat. My name is Beth, and today is June the 4th, so I thought I would come to you with my first update for Hot and Sticky 2019. This year for Hot and Sticky, Adrian decided to have us each write our own contract with ourselves for what we want to write between June and September. On my contract, I said a lot of things, but one of the things I discussed was writing a Native American unit for my students, specifically my 6th graders. And in that kind of subheading of Native American unit, I said I needed to write the worksheets for How I Became a Ghost, Walking the Choctaw Road, and How Medicine Man Saved Paleface Woman. So 2 of those 3 things are completed, which is why I wanted to come talk to you today. Now, How Medicine Man Saved Paleface Woman is an old textbook that was purchased in 1959 and then discarded at the end of the 60s and continued through thrift shops, etc., until it fell into my mother's hands and then mine. But this is a very, very old book, and it tells the story of a Plains Indian chief who follows distress smoke signals and finds a pale-faced man who's got an old pale-faced woman in the tent who's dying of cold and hunger. The Plains Indians offer their support and friendship, take the pale-faces back to their camp, and Medicine Man saves pale-faced woman. This is told through Native American pictographs and then pale-face words. Let there be light. And I'm going to use this as an introduction. Plains Indians wrote this story. They wrote the pictographs, and then it was translated. So we're going to go through and discuss all the things about pictographs and how they might be used and how they might be different, etc. So I wrote discussion questions for that short book this morning, actually. And over the last 4 days, I also completed the final 10 chapters worth of worksheets and the discussion questions / study guide for How I Became a Ghost by Tim Tingle. Tim Tingle is the Choctaw storyteller. He's also the first Choctaw storyteller, or one of the first, I think he was actually the first, who was allowed to take a voice recorder and record the voices of the elders as they told their stories, which he then put together in Walking the Choctaw Road, Stories from Red People Memory, which was his first published book and was given awards from Oklahoma and Alaska. So he actually walked part of and then traveled the rest of the Trail of Tears and went and got these stories from his people. And this is the nonfiction book he put together. Now, it does discuss their beliefs and some of their myths and legends within this, but these are the stories from the elders of his people. And How I Became the Ghost by Tim Tingle is the paired text that I'm using. This is the first in his middle grade series that is about the Choctaw Trail of Tears. So we will be studying both of these. I have not written the questions for this, but this is all I have left to do. And I'm going to pull up the study guides off of Oklahoma Reads Oklahoma and use those as a basis for what we are going to study and discuss. Now, I am going to be getting some material from the Choctaw Nation. I mentioned in my previous video that I had met the son-in-law of the current Choctaw chief, and they are going to be sending me some material like a Choctaw to English dictionary, things of that nature. And I'm really looking forward to utilizing those in my unit as well. However, I'm almost done with writing the rest of the unit, and that will be off of my contract soon. I'll get to put a little check mark there, and I was super excited, so I wanted to tell you about it. Now, the other exciting thing is that when I wrote the contract, I put in it that I needed to complete the cozy mystery that I'm writing, which I'm writing in this notebook at the moment, and it's entitled The Swedish Tea Ring. The only problem was when I wrote the contract, I had no idea where this notebook was. I lost it about 2 weeks ago. And then I went upstairs looking for something else yesterday, and this was just randomly sitting out in the middle of the room. Should have been glaringly obvious the other, 400,000 times I went through there looking for it. I don't know if the fairies were messing with me or what was going on, but I found it, and I will be writing some more on that as well. So hopefully I'll have a good update for Swedish Tea Ring for you next time. That is all I have to tell you today. I would love to hear what you're working on, whether it be reading, writing, arithmetic, mowing your yard, whatever it is you've got going on. Come talk to me down in the comment section below. I can't wait to hear from you. Until next time, I hope you guys have a fabulous week. Bye.